You could also accept reality. You could come to terms with the fact that migration is a natural phenomenon that has its historical, psychological, and economic causes. You could accept that phenomenon like we accept tsunami and other natural phenomena. Then there will be no need to exert ourselves in meetings such as this. You could do that or deal with the causes that encourage migration. The modern causes are well known. They must be all terminated. I mean, the visa question, Barcelona, the Euro-Mediterranean, the partnership, human rights, the manner of granting political asylum, the rights of migrants, and the rights of refugees. All these things must be reconsidered in a manner that does not encourage migration. All the things you do and the things that exist now encourage it. Then you ask the question, why is migration taking place? If a hungry animal sees food nearby, it will definitely go for it. How can it not? It is only natural for it to go where food is available. People go to Europe because everything you put in place encourages them to do so. Barcelona, the Euro-Mediterranean, the plunder, the single visa, human rights, the rights of refugees, the rights of I don't know what, the civil society organization, and all other elements of the existing mess, all of those things encourage migration. They all work against this conference. Even language plays a role in this. If Nigeria is an English-speaking country, how can a Nigerian not go to Britain? If he has been made part of the language and culture, how and why is he prevented from going there? Ghana, too, is English-speaking. Why is a Ghanaian not allowed to go to Britain? He was colonized, oppressed, enslaved, and a language was imposed on him. No one thought that one day he would use the fact to create a problem, to demand his right to go to your country because he speaks the same language. The same is true of French speakers. They would find it hard to understand why a conference like this one, a conference that opposes migration, is held in the first place. They would say that the Francophone and that they have a right to go to France. We speak the same language, we are part of the same culture, and we are the same people. What is this conference for? Cancel it, for we are going directly to France. You know these facts, but you prefer to deny them. It would be a catastrophe if you did not know them. There is another very dangerous dimension related to migration. Look at the map of the world. You will see the countries from which migrants leave and the countries to which they go. A major population explosion has started in Asia. It will reverberate all over the globe. Waves of immigrants will go wherever there is a population vacuum. Now, you are addressing migration from Africa to Europe. Soon, all of us in Africa and Europe will face the new challenge of vast waves of immigration from Asia. They will come like swarms of locusts as a result of the population explosion in China, the Indian Ocean, and East Asia. A look at the map would make that threat abundantly clear. How do you propose to deal with this challenge? You are gathered here to discuss migration from Africa to Europe. Now a human deluge of astronomical proportions is about to be upon us. Like the biblical Gog and Magog, they will come. I am sounding the alarm before the whole world. The population explosion in Asia is another grave challenge. It will engulf Africa and Europe. Please note it down and be my witnesses. Another look at the map would reveal additional causes for the increase in migration: the current military interventions in Iraq, the Gulf, the Middle East, the Kurdish region in Turkey, and the Iran, and the situation in the Horn of Africa all feed migration. So do the numerous civil wars in the South Philippines, in the south of Thailand, in Chechnya, in the Great Lakes region in Central Africa, in Côte d'Ivoire, in the Horn of Africa, in Chad and the Sudan. All these civil wars increase migration. Who is behind them? The same hands that created colonialism and caused havoc in the world are behind those civil wars. The private sector, the weapons manufacturers, and the arms merchants benefit from them. The European intelligence agencies pick a person, train him, provide him with funds, and assign him the responsibility of starting a tribal war, a border dispute, an ethnic conflict, or a religious war in some part of the world. When this war flares up, it benefits the arms merchants and the weapons manufacturers. It also becomes a convenient pretext for an international intervention. Those who contribute blue helmets will also benefit. Even the UN will make a profit. It has become such business. When a war breaks out, they send 70,000 peacekeepers. These, of course, need money. The money is given to the UN. If the operation is estimated to cost $10 billion, the UN spends $6 billion and keeps $4 billion for itself. Even the UN has become a merchant of war and an agent that works on a commission. In conclusion, I don't want there to be any confusion or a misunderstanding of what I said. I did not wish to discourage you, nor did I wish to object to the measures to combat migration. On the contrary, I am with you completely. I hope to see an end to migration. Libya is one of the countries that have been severely affected by migration. It has depleted our resources. We have twice or 3 times as many people as our own in Libya. We feed them, house them, provide them with transportation, and they take their share of all the cheap products subsidized by the Libyan budget. We sincerely hope that you will find a solution for this problem. I was completely honest with you. I have uncovered the truth and laid it bare before you, in order for you to find a solution. This is a proof of my sincerity. If a patient needs surgery, we cannot give him painkillers. That would be an act of deception, an act that can only be carried out by an ignorant person. Honesty dictates that a professional doctor talks honestly with the patient and tells him the truth about his case, and to inform him that he is in need of a major surgery and not just painkillers. What I tried to do was to put the whole truth before you. Earth belongs to all human beings. The inhabitants of all continents are all originally migrants. This has to be taken into account. The elements I raised concerning the eras of slavery, colonialism, and the plunder of natural resources need also to be taken into account. We cannot overlook the First and Second World Wars, which took the lives of millions of men and thus encouraged migration to Europe and other parts of the world. We need to remember the reasons and the causes of those wars. It was the colonial powers that imposed their language on the colonized peoples. It was they who gave them the impression that Africans and Europeans are of the same continent and are the same peoples. How could anybody talk to 2 distinct continents while at the same time talking to a Belgian Congo, Italian Libya, the French Sudan, the British Sudan, and French Algeria? That gave people the impression that they are entitled to go to the mother country. In addition, I must say that the matters I mentioned earlier, such as the single visa, Barcelona, the Euro-Mediterranean cooperation and partnership, and the cause of human rights and the rights of refugees have all facilitated migration. I put them all bluntly before you in order to assist you in your task. If you wish to solve the problem, you must solve it by addressing those facts. I wish all of you success. May peace and the blessings of God be upon you.